So I start when I first get out of the shower by making sure I have a hydrated and moisturized base. Today I'm using Sweet Almond Oil. During the winter, I really like to use Sweet Almond Oil because I find it to be really moisturizing and it's safe to use around your eye area, which is important for when you're putting makeup around your eyes. As you saw a few seconds ago, to help give my skin extra hydration, I wet my hands before I put the oil on. I then massage the wet oil onto my face until it no longer feels wet. This can usually take about a minute. If I have any extra, I massage the rest onto my body. I then let this sink in while I get dressed. For this routine, you need a thicker, higher coverage concealer like this Bobbi brown one, and a lighter consistency, brightening concealer like this Glossier stretch concealer. I start with a small, thin brush like this Real Techniques accent brush and dip it into the Bobbi brown concealer. It's important that for this step, use the thick, higher coverage concealer. I brush any excess off onto my hand, and then I draw a line along the darkest part of my under eye. For me, this is an obvious dark stripe that looks almost like a bruise. I also have darkness right under my eye on the line below my eyelashes, but I kind of like it, so I usually don't cover it up. If you want more of a full coverage look, you can draw a line of concealer right under your bottom lashes. This helps to brighten the eye even more. After I draw the line of concealer on the darkest parts, I lightly blend it out by patting my eye with my fingers. Next, I just use my finger to take some of my brightening concealer, which is the Glossier one, and then I start by putting it in the bottom center of my under eye. This would be right where the tip of a small upside down triangle under your eye would be. Putting a brightening concealer in that spot always helps to brighten up the face. I then just blend by patting the concealer all over my under eye until it blends in with my skin. So here you can see the difference between the eye that has concealer and the eye that has no concealer. I like a really light coverage for every day, but if you want a higher coverage look, you can use more concealer than I did. I tend to blend for a really long time because concealer is generally the only makeup I wear for an everyday look, so I like to make sure it blends in with my skin perfectly. If I'm going to an event or out somewhere where I'd like to be wearing more makeup, I generally just will use more concealer than I did in this video and put it in more places where I have darkness.